As a recurring theme here, usually right before this, I'm grading papers. I got a little busy grading papers and forgot to write something tonight. So I literally wrote this about 5 minutes before we came, which is why we were a few minutes late. This is called An Open Letter to Victor Hugo. Dear Monsieur Hugo, oh, why bother with the formalities? My dearest hero, Victor. I know you're dead and probably won't get a chance to write back, but I wanted to tell you of a man. Had you not told me the tale of Jean Valjean, I never would have noticed that man. But he appeared suddenly to me just the other day, the ultimate tragic hero. No, he didn't steal a loaf of bread, find redemption in the Lord, or mount the barricades in Paris in 1830. But if you were still alive, I think you would be the best one to tell his tale. There's really nothing particularly heroic to his life. You see, he used to love the bottle and doing lines of coke. He was from the backwoods of Montana, so he always thought his little habits would never get him busted. But when he met her, a big city girl from the Big Apple, who had a passion for late nights, bar brawls, and making this guy's head spin. Well, he left his little house in Montana, somehow ended up in the Bronx. He tattooed her name on his right forearm, and after several months of a Schlitz-induced courtship, she finally said he didn't have to pull out anymore. Well, one thing led to another, a child was born, and a true nightmare began. She started turning tricks to feed their habit. He shoved the money up his nose instead of feeding their kid. And after 5 years of being the scum of the scene, they got busted, their little girl was liberated, and they were placed in the pen. It took getting kicked to the floor to get that man back up. But you know, the Lord works in mysterious ways. They both cleaned up, convinced the parole board that they learned from their mistakes, and wanted to start again. It took years of struggle and suffering the shakes, and having to admit to himself that the darkness he saw was himself face to face. But he found his soul. He wants his life back now, and his beautiful little girl likes to sit on Papa's lap and read storybooks. The problem is now, will the world ever forget or forgive who he was? He tells me if somebody had told him years ago how good sobriety felt, he would have cleaned up his act, and now he wants a fresh start. Wants to be a social worker and help the other sinners liberate themselves from themselves. But his eyes have a fear of judgment when he tells me flat out, I'm a convicted criminal. You mind if I come in? Well, I still open my office door, and I think for once, his soul found a moment of peace. I'm telling you, Hugo, if you think Les Miserables brought down the house on Broadway, I think this man's story could help melt the heart of tyrants and really change the world. If you have some free time in the afterlife, let me know. Sincerely, Joel.
I think that's a sign of a really brilliant individual if you can write something like that after a long period of grading papers. Those people that know me know that after several hours of grading papers, about the only thought going through my mind is, how do I write the letter T? Like, I forget how to write, I forget how to breathe almost. So please give Joel another big round of applause.